Hi guys, Dustin Knight here, ready to do a new series with you guys. So this series is going to be basically me explaining all my details on how I do cell phone repair, industry secrets, how to start your own business, what companies to watch out for when buying parts, uh, aftermarket, premium aftermarket, original, B copy. There's all kinds of terms that you'll hear all around. We are going to explain everything. I'm not sure how long each video is going to be. It took me forever just to find a good shot here at my house. I tried it over there and it finally stopped raining. As you can see, it's end of April and it's still snow in the mountains, and it's been raining constantly this week. I've been trying to think of what I want to do for a video series for quite some time. There's so many videos out there that tear down phones, and so I've kind of slowed down on that, obviously. I do guys want to show you the iPhone 7 here shortly, and how I do it fast and quick and to make money. A lot of my competitors are really high on the iPhone 7, and I've been trying to wrap my mind around what's going on here. So that's also going to be explained in the video series. But we have to start with just starting off in the video series, which is how do I start a repair shop. So let's say you have no repair shop at all. You have no tools, you have nothing at all. So what you're going to have to do is first buy some tools. There's a few good tools out there that I recommend. I really like a couple of the tools at Revamped Wholesale. They have a red and blue screwdriver set that's very precise and very fast. It's I think like $5. It's one of the best screwdrivers I've ever owned. I've had the iFixit toolkit, and yeah, you need that toolkit, the Pro toolkit. You're going to have that to be able to dab into other phones. But to start, get those two tools if you can from Revamped Wholesale, or get yourself an iFixit toolkit. If you do the iFixit toolkit, you might struggle a little bit more with the tools. You have to use a 00, and sometimes the screws don't like to come out and they like to strip, and you have to put a lot of force on it to open it. To open the screws off the frames and stuff like that. So I don't recommend that. I recommend the red-handled tool, which I can show you guys in later videos. I haven't brought anything up. This is kind of like just an intro to the series that I want to create, and I hope you guys really like it, because I want to, for the longest time in my videos, like I wanted a franchise, I want to do this and that. To be real honest with you guys, I've been through a divorce and custody battles with my son, and I had a gambling addiction for many, many years, and that was just mainly because I was depressed, etc. And it took me quite some time to kick that. So I haven't gambled for over 6 months. A lot of you might have some addictions that could definitely impede a business. So if you have an addiction at all, alcohol, drugs, gambling, you name it, that will impede laser focus on a business, you're probably not going to be successful. And it's probably the reason why I'm in where I'm at now. I actually do make good money, but in the long run, if you're not smart with your money and not careful with your money, you're going to end up broke and not be able to really grow and be successful. So that's my story, and that's why I'm in the where I am and how I am. I've been offered positions from all over the United States to, hey, come join our team. But in the end, I'm kind of a lone ranger. I like to do my own thing. The most important thing is not to get employees right away, and to do all the work yourself, 7 days a week, whatever it takes. Hopefully, if you're married, you have a very understanding spouse, because things are going to get very thick in the future. And it's going to take time. You're not going to just go immediately to get 10 repairs a day. And I'll explain that in the video series. So, number one, you need to get some tools. RevampedWholesale.com, iFixit.com. They're both great spots to get some tools. Avoid the eBay tools. They're probably not as good. And if you want to fix the iPhone 7, which I don't recommend when you first start, you'll need a tri-point, which is in the iFixit toolkit. Okay. Also, you're going to need the iFlex tool. You can find that on eBay. It's very thin, very flat, but it helps you actually open up the 6S, the 6S Plus, and the 7. That tool is crucial. Then you also need a prying tool. iSesamo tool is the perfect tool to help pry open those iPhones. Some people like to tape the screen down and suction cup it, but in the end, if you use the iFlex on the iPhone 7, you won't need to do that. And same with the 6S and 6S Plus. You gotta be careful with removing these screens out because these screens are valuable, and we're gonna get into that later on in the series as well. So, once you've ordered your tools, you're gonna probably need about $100 to $150 for your tools. Then you can actually start practicing. Now, there's a couple ways to practice. You can buy a couple broken phones here and there on Craigslist or classified somewhere in your area. You can use an old phone, but let's start with iPhones because iPhones are the most lucrative repairs out there. There's a lot of money in it. So getting practice under your belt is going to be key, and getting fast is even more of a key. You want to get down to about 15 to 20 minutes of repair. I don't take more than 30 minutes of repair on average, and the faster you are, the less problems you're going to have in the future. Because if you have a problem with a display, you can immediately put on another display and quickly move. Also, the way I'm going to set you guys up is not retail, but if you want to go that way, that's fine. But it's going to be mobile. You want to be very personable, like me. If you're a very introvert, you're going to probably have a lot of trouble with this kind of thing. So find some community events and start to become more personable. Learn how to talk with people. If you're a guy, sometimes it's truth be told, I actually just watched a video series, and literally, apparently when you talk to a pretty girl, all your blood rushes from the top of your brain, you basically become stupid. You can't do that. You have to be able to talk to the prettiest girls, and you have to be able to talk to the biggest burly men that might look like they're gonna bite your head off, right? So and you also have to be able to never be greedy in this business. Always be trying to think of the customer in their position. Like how would you feel if this happened with this customer? And if that happened, what would you expect? So do you expect a new phone? Do you expect the repair to be done right? Is telling the customers, 2 weeks, is that way too long? You got to figure out what the customer wants. Most customers just want their phone fixed, and they'll tell everybody about you. And that is the most important thing, is just speed and quick. Sometimes stuff happens, like the other day I did an iPad 4th generation. I didn't have the little connector for the home button. I had the screens, but for some reason I ran out of home buttons. Sometimes you forget the little stuff, right? It's important to always keep the little stuff in stock, because if you do break a camera or a backplate or whatever, you'll have that in stock. But sometimes you're like, hey, I'll rush a part to you. I'm so sorry. I'll get that repair done. And most people are willing to wait. If it's a phone, make sure you have an extra iPhone laying around, and get an iPhone 6. That's just your extra one. Maybe that's the one you tear down and experiment and play with, right? But have an extra iPhone laying around, so that way, and it's unlocked too. That way, if you have a problem and you can't fix it, you can give them this phone temporarily until you figure out a way to fix the problem. And later in the video series, I have solutions. If you break pieces on the motherboard, or other things, we'll be able to help you out with TechMD here. This video series has nothing to do with joining TechMD or anything like that. I really don't know how to properly put everybody together. I've tried many ways, and in the end, I just end up getting screwed. You have to do this for yourself if you want to become successful and make money. If you do an average profit margin of $70 in this market, that's what it is. Okay, and you do about see here, I forgot the numbers. I think it was 4.5 repairs a day. Let me figure it out real quick. Okay, so we do $70 times 4.5, and you work 7 days a week. You should make $9,450. Okay, that's with average profit margin of 70 bucks. If you can get 4.5 repairs a day for free with no advertising, then you're going to make $9,450 a month. If you spend advertising like me, I make about $20,000 in profit, and I spend probably about $8,000 in all expenses, buying cell phones, buying this and that, but for everything business, $8,000. So I take home about 12, but sometimes I only take 4. Sometimes I take less. Just depends on how busy the month is, especially January and February. That's our slowest months in the industry. So it's not smart to start a business in January, February, which I've made that mistake before, trying to open up a spot in Colorado. Anyways, so start up in the busy season, which we're kicking into the busy season here. I'm a little slow today, so that's why I can actually make this video. It's perfect timing. Get trained on YouTube videos. There's tons of channels out there training on different methods and different ways. Find the method that you like. I have certain ones that work great for, that work great for me. And I show those videos on my YouTube channel. I'll probably refresh the iPhone lineup again one day and give you detailed instructions. But there's a bunch of great people out there that do great reviews. iFixit is probably not the one of them. Jerry Rig Everything, he's pretty good, but he doesn't always show a lot of the details that, like certain ways of opening and doing this and that. So you're going to look for somebody who has long videos, kind of like me, that gives you every detail that's unedited. You want unedited videos. And that'll help you make sure that you do every step proper. So go step by step with these unedited videos, and you're going to have the best success at repairing iPhones. Also, you need a remagnetizer for your screwdriver so you can pick up those little tiny screws. You have to have great eyesight for up close, or get some readers or whatever it takes. And then you have to get yourself out there. So there's advertising involved and whatnot. And maybe in the first year you might make nothing, right? But in the next year, putting all that effort in and all your money back into the company, you're going to start seeing that blossom into something much bigger with word of mouth. And word of mouth is the key to making big money in this business. Because if you get a free referral, then you make that whole $70. But, when you first start advertising, if you do decide to go that route, it's going to possibly eat up all your profits, which it's okay, because you're going to create ways to have that customer have people refer you. So you do business cards and flyers, which I'll show you what I do to make a successful business. So yeah, this is basically the beginning of my series. If you guys have any suggestions, or if you want to see anything else on this series, let me know. I'm going to start off with after you already got trained and you know what you're doing, training on your own devices. I'm going to show you where to get some parts, what to buy, aftermarket, B quality, premium aftermarket, original, or even some other bizarre stuff out there that I've seen. I'll give you guys several options where to choose, and also how to start a mobile repair business, what you need to do, where you need to go to get that successful, and how to become legit and actually making some money. So that's all going to be coming in the video series. This is just a quick intro, and thank you very much for watching Dustin with TechMD YouTube. You guys have a great day. Thanks.